so much.
You're welcome. If I can get you guys, if it's a way you can come up this way, or
Yourselves, the county you live in, the school that you go to, the age, and you know, if there's any school officials that you've talked to, this is your personal testimony, okay? And so you can tell what happened to you, and so.
Introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're from.
I'm Jessica Newkirk. We actually live in Maxton, which is considered Robeson County. My son goes to Prospect. This is my husband.
My name is Corey Newkirk Sr. My name is Corey Newkirk Sr. This is my wife, Jessica Newkirk. Yeah, we do live in the Maxton area, which is the Robeson County District.
Keep them in the family. My son goes to, it's a basically all Native American school. It might be with my children there, it's 5 of my children that go there, and maybe one other who is African American that attend that school. Basically, if we start from the beginning, I recall on the first day of school, when my children, I went to enroll them in school, the school resource officer made the comment when he first saw my son. I don't know why, he just said, I already know I'm going to have problems out of him. Upon enrolling my children in that school, me and the principal, just by the way he was acting towards me, I told him, I said, I can see we're going to have problems. I told the principal this.
so on the first day of you enrolling your son, he immediately said to you out loud?
No, he was standing by my children, and they were at the doorway, and I was in the office because I asked them to step out, because that's when I told the principal, I can see we're going to have problems by the way he was already acting towards me. And he was standing by my children, and all my children heard him say, I already could see I'm going to have problems out of him.
Wow.
And he pointed to my son and made the comment. So that was on the very first day. It's been so many incidences since that first day that have led up to where we're at now. It's been racial comments made to my son numerous occasions.
Who made the statements?
It's been children that have made the statements over and over again. We went to the office and complained. It's been instances where he's been in altercations with children for standing up for himself. He's always the one that gets suspended. Nobody else gets in trouble but my son. Actually, last year we went to the school board and we spoke with Mr. Jackson. We spoke with Mr. Jackson. And basically he told us, these were his words, how do we know our son isn't the problem? And so all through last year, nothing was done. So is there anything that you could think of that you want to add?
You know, I just wanted to say, you know, one thing we do differently, we record everything. We carry a tape recorder. Anytime we go to that school, we have it recorded every place we went to. Robeson County, the newspaper, which they refused to, print the article. We, filed complaints against the resource officer because, basically he's the puppet, for the school district, and whatever they tell him to do, he follows those directions instead of doing the right thing,
being fair.
Which his job calls for, not to be biased and do a full investigation before you make your decision. And I think that's one of the reasons why, we kind of have the upper hand, because they know we record everything.
Unfortunately, you can't really record anybody without permission.
We told them.
Anytime anytime we come to the school, we let you know a tape recorder will be there.
My wife is a bail bondsman, and I've been doing recovery for 14 years, and and I look up the law. The law basically states that if you're recording somebody and it's a third party, you have to get permission from one person. So before we enter the building, I'll ask my wife, which she's going to be a part of the conversation, can I have her permission to record the conversation? Now I have permission from one of the parties, you know, and that's basically, you know, how you, it's a, you know, third party consent. So this is how we, you know, get around that. But majority of the times, they actually do see the tape recorder, and they know. Yeah, they know.
That's fine.
Right.
What's the name of that resource officer you said that we're gonna have trouble out of little child first day of school? What's his name?
Brock Chavis.
Brock
Chavis.
Okay. Now the human resource officers, are they hired by the school system or are they hired by another department?
They're hired by the sheriff's department, but you know, from what I was told through a supervisor, 9 months out the year, he receives his check through the school board.
Okay.
So, you know, I've actually witnessed the principal making a comment saying that, you know, Brock works for them. Because when we wanted to press charges, that's what he said. No.
So we are not clear whether or not this officer is accountable to the board, school board, or is he accountable to the sheriff department? Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to say that in the last meeting that we had with the school board, Mr. Lowry made it very clear that the officers are accountable to the sheriff's department, because he directed them back to the sheriff's department, the Newkirks. So, and we did go meet with Sheriff Seeley, and he made it clear that his officers were accountable to him, not the school. He said they work for me. Is that not what he said?
Well, did anybody ever express to the sheriff about the situation that your son had on this resource officer?
While we was with Ms. Stackhouse, she did take us to the sheriff department, but prior to that, we made a complaint to Brock's supervisor, the lieutenant of the juvenile department. And basically, she made it seem like she was going to be helpful at the beginning, but at the end of the day, she took the side of Brock, and also the
and this was last year when we did file a complaint, but nothing was done.
Right. So, you know, I went and picked my son up today, and he told my wife, you know, basically they was having a discussion in school today. You want to tell me what they said?
What's your name?
My name's Corey Newkirk Jr. and
How old are you?
I'm 15 years old, and I go to Prospect School in Robeson County. Well, today I was in class. We was learning about Jesse Jackson, and my teacher just out of nowhere tells me that Indians were treated worse than black people. So,
What's your teacher's name?
Miss Eubanks.
And this is only some of the stuff that my son has went through at the school. We've went through with him getting into fights. I've had where a boy physically put his hands on my son, and we wanted to press charges. They refused to press charges.
Who refuses to press?
The school system. We went to the
What's his name?
Jonathan Blue. We went to Jonathan Blue, the assistant principal, Miss Yvonne Locklear. We talked to Brock Chavis, which is the resource officer. They refused to press charges. Now, anything my son does, they want to press charges against him.
So were you able to try to go to the magistrates about that?
Well, they wouldn't give us, we went there, but we needed the boy's name. We didn't have the boy's name to press charges on him. They said we had to go through the school resource officer. He's the one that has to go through with pressing the charges. And nothing was done about it. It's been, I don't even know where to continue because, okay, with this last incident.
Well, let's start from the beginning so we
Okay.
can start a sequence of order.
Okay.
First day of school, you came onto the campus. What day and year was that? What month and year?
That was in, I believe it was November 2011.
2011. And that's just last year.
No, that would have been November.
10.
Okay, yeah, it would have been 2011. November, December, January. 2010, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, 2010.
All right, and he was entering in what grade at that time?
It would have been the 7th grade.
7th grade.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you saw the issues started from that day.
Yes.
Because of what the principal said to you all.
Yes.
This is an all Indian American school.
Mhm.
Okay. And so your children are basically the only other population that's African American.
I think it might be one or two, if that.
But maybe, but your children make up
yes,
the majority.
Yes, they make up the majority.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, from that day forward, what was one of the first things that your son came to you and told you about that concerned you enough to have to go talk to somebody?
It was racial comments made. All of my children have had racial comments made to them, students in the school.
And
yeah, what's the
okay.
What the comment?
The N-word. They've been called a nigger multiple times. They would tell me of jokes being made, talking about what does a chainsaw make when you start it up, where it says run, nigger, 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 run. Mm-hmm. What was the other comment you was?
Let him tell some of what has been done to him.
Just, I mean, anything that you can think of.
Say it.
The hoodie thing that you remember, I said you always do.
Every time you turn around, it's
word
like.
For word, if you can remember.
It's this joke. They say if a coat was the world, where would the black people live? In the hood.
Okay, we get it.
And I mean, I've been called black bitches and all that.
Oh my God.
That it's an all Indian school. They don't belong there.
Yeah, they tell me to go back where I'm from. Yeah, go back to the cotton field. I don't belong in Prospect School, and you know.
The comments they made about your sister.
Yeah, they always pick on my sister, talking about she need to go back where she from too, and they'll ask her what color or what race is she, and she'll say black, and as soon as she says that, is you don't belong here. So.
Those are referred to as a black.
Really?
That's what they'll say.
Now, when you were having those issues happen to you, I mean, it hurts my heart, and I'm sorry that that's happened to you. But when that happened to you, who did you talk to?
I've talked to Mr. Blue, Miss Yvonne.
Who are they? What are their titles? Do you know?
Oh, Mr. Blue is the principal of the school, and Miss Yvonne is the assistant principal.
What have you told them?
I've told them, you know, all the racial comments that's been made to me. They always tell me I need to, you know, like I get upset really fast. So they tell me before I take it a step or put my hands on somebody to come talk to them. But every time I come and talk to them about something, I mean, they look at me like
something's wrong with you.
Yeah, like something's wrong with me.
What actions have you seen them take? What did they tell you they were going to do? And if they told you what they're going to do, first of all, have they told you anything that they were going to do, you personally?
No. Not really.
Have you seen any person take any action on your behalf? Have you seen it?
No, they just sit back like it's normal. They say, well, we'll investigate or we'll look into it, but nothing is done about it. So.
Now, how does that make you feel? And just be totally honest.
I mean, like I'm being treated unfairly. I mean, they're not doing their jobs.
But
so.
How does it make you feel?
I mean,
your feelings, your thoughts,
Do it hurt your feelings?
I mean, I feel like.
For real.
Tell the truth.
I mean, I feel like I should have been killed myself a long time ago because of what's been going on in the school.
Can you say that one more time?
Like I should have been killed myself.
Okay, well, you've been in numerous fights in school.
Yeah, I've been in.
But how many fights you been in?
Probably about
More than 5? More than 5?
Yeah,
fights?
about more than 5 this year.
More than 5 fights.
Has any other students have been reprimanded in any form or fashion that you can see?
Not that I know of.
Okay, he's been in more than 5 fights. And your principal, school board, superintendent, nobody has taken the interest. Have y'all